Hello everyone, welcome to DotNetMirror channel. Today we are going to understand the fundamentals of REST principles, get, post, put and delete, and we will look at different HTTP status codes. Whether you are building a mobile app, a Angular frontend or connecting IoT devices, you need a way for them to talk to a server. That's where WebAPI comes in. In this video, we will break down the REST principles, the four pillars of CRUD, and I will show you how to use HTTP status code like a pro so your front end colleagues will actually enjoy using your APIs. Let's get started. So, what exactly is Product Web API? It is a cross-platform open source framework built specially for HTTP-based services. It's the bridge between your data and your users. Example: imagine you are using a food delivery app. When you are searching for restaurant, the app, which is client, sends an HTTP request to a web API. The API talks to the database, gets the list of restaurants, and sends back an HTTP response in a format like JSON or XML. ASP.NET Core Web API, it's an ideal framework for creating RESTful application because it handles everything from routing to serialization right out of the box. Now, you will often hear the term REST. It stands for Representational State Transfer. It's not a protocol like HTTP, it is an architecture style. It uses standard HTTP methods to interact with resources, which could be a user profile, a certification record, or even a photo. Now we will try to understand the four pillars of CRUD: create using a post, read using get, update using put, delete using delete. Let's deep dive into each of them. Get, the retriever. This is the most common used method. It's a read only and idempotent. This means that whether you call it once or 10 times, the state of the server doesn't change. Example, if you are making a call to a certification AZ900, every time you will get the same response. When it comes to the post, it's a creator. Use this to send data to create a new resource. Unlike get, post is not a idempotent. If you hit submit button 5 times, you might create 5 different records in the database. Each time whenever you make a call AZ900, it goes and creates data in the database. Let's look at the put. Put is a replacer. This is for your updates. It typically replaces the entire resource. It is idempotent because replacing a resource with the same data multiple times results the same state. When it comes to the delete, it's a remover. It does exactly what it says, removes the resource at the specified URL. What is HTTP status code? It's a hypertext transfer protocol status codes, which are standard way of a web browser communicates the results of the request back to a client, like a browser or a mobile app. These are different ranges of status codes you can return. The one series is informational, where the request is received and the continuing the process. Comes to the success, it's 200 series. It could be 200 OK or 201 created. When it comes to the three series, a redirection. The fourth one is used for client errors, where you can use 404 for not found, 401 for unauthorized. When it comes to the 5 series, a server error. Anything which server failed to fulfill, basically you can use this particular status code. Let's deep dive into few more. When it comes to the 200 series, 200 OK, it's nothing but everything went perfect. The data is being returned. Usually it is used for the get call. When you look at the code, in this code, we are trying to return list of certification. It is going and getting data from database. Then when certifications are not null, it is returning the set of data. Otherwise, it says the results are not available. So you can use 200 OK during your get calls. 201 is used when the request is succeeded and for the created data. This will be used for your post actions. And when you look at the below code, we are trying to make a post call for the certification data. It is trying to save to the database. And we are using created action, which is an important method which will return the created certification to the client. 204 no content. This is used when request is succeeded but you don't need to return any data. You can use during delete or put or patch when you don't want to return anything, only the status. If you look at the code, we have a delete endpoint here. It is trying to delete a certification. If the certification is available, it says go and delete. If it is not available, it is saying not found. And at the end you can see written as no content, which is 204. And these are few other status codes like 400, which is a bad request. Whenever someone is sending a request to you, if it is malformed or invalid, you can use this, like invalid JSON data or missing any required fields in the request body, or if there are any validation issues, you can use this. When it comes to 401 unauthorized, where the client is not authenticated, which means they send an invalid token or wrong credentials. 403 is a forbidden, where the client is authenticated but they are not authorized to access the endpoint. Example is an endpoint where only the admin roles can access. If normally you are trying to access that API, you can use 403. When it comes to 404 not found, which is target resource doesn't exist. Let's say that you have 10 records in the database, someone is trying to access the 11th record which is not available, you can use not found. 409 conflict, which is request could not be completed due to a conflict with the current state of the resources. Concurrent modifications, if happening on the API, you can use this. 429 is too many requests. When someone is trying to send too many requests at a time during the rate limiting scenario, you can use this 429. When it comes to 500, it's an internal server error. Any exceptions, you can return this 500 error from the API. When it comes to how to return status code in APIs, here for each status code, what is the meaning of it, and if it is a controller based APIs, how to return it. If it is a minimal API, how to return, the list is available, you can take from here. If you look at this sample API code, which is a product controller, I try to put different HTTP status codes here. And when you look at the get product, it is trying to check within the service it is available or not. If it is not available, it is sending 404. And with HTTP post, once it is successfully created, it is returning 201. And if someone is trying to update a product which is not available, it says bad request, the input is not available. When it comes to the delete, if the user is not authenticated, it's sending unauthorized. If the user is authenticated but not in the role of admin, it is sending 403, forbidden error. In this way, you can send different HTTP codes via your API. With this, we are done with the video. Please subscribe to our channel .NetMirror. If you like the video, click on the like button, share with your friends and colleagues, add a comment to the video. If you are looking for new videos, please provide a comment. Click on the bell icon to get updates from my channel. Thanks for watching.